Good morning, y'all. Well, we've moved the camper into the garage because today is the day I'm going to put the skin on. The skin is used to protect the camper from water and stuff like that. The type of skin I'm going to be using is called a poor man's fiberglass. But first, I got to get rid of all of this expanded foam I use to seal those joints. What do you think, Mouse? You ready for a day of hard work?
Hell yeah, I am. Let's do this thing.
Well, there you go. Even Mouse is ready to be done with this camper. So, first things first, let's smooth down everything in here. So, that means that I'm going to need some power tools. That way, I can put this canvas on and it'll lay nice and flat. Give it a quick iron, but first, let's grind some stuff. Once everything was ground down, it's time for me to hang the canvas. So I'm going to tack it with staples and sort of drape it over the wall. And that'll let me get at it with the iron a lot easier. For those of you guys that joined my live the other day, you see me doing this process. And it is a long and tedious process. But you can see there all the wrinkles that I need to get out of this canvas before I go and glue it down. So let's get to ironing. All right, so like I said, I've tacked the canvas on the roof. It is just hanging over the side of the wall there. There's no glue right now. I'm just going through and I'm taking out the majority of these big wrinkles out. We don't want any creases or wrinkles in this when we finally glue it on. Hey, Lazy Bones, I thought you were going to help me out.
I'm helping.
Are ya? All right, well, you hold that floor down for me, will ya? All right, so as you guys can see, I've knocked down quite a few of the big creases. I might go over it again and take the rest of it out before I start gluing this thing down. We want it as smooth as possible because once it's on, and there's no redoing it. Once the glue dries, it is dried, and you better be happy with what you've done. So speaking of, we're going to need a few things before we start gluing things down, mainly the glue. I'm going to add some to this bucket, add a little water to it to thin it out so that it soaks into the wood grain as well as into the fabric. Once the glue's rolled on, I'm just going to roll the canvas down like I did. And you can see I'm just using my hands to flatten it against the glue. Next, I'll take this iron, make sure it's hot and dry, and I'm going to go over the canvas to secure it tightly to the wood. As you can see there, we're looking beautiful. A couple more passes and I think I'll be done with this side. But I think you're beginning to see what I'm doing here. What do you think, Mouse?
I don't want... What? Yeah, it's great. You welcome for this?
I thought you were helping me. Jeez. Anyways, I'm going to get back to it. Mouse, you take a nap.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, I got it ironed on. I've trimmed off all of the excess. You can see this is looking pretty good. It's nice and tight. And once the glue hardens, you'll find that this thing's going to create a pretty tough shell. We'll add the rubberized paint to it, and hopefully this bad boy will be completely watertight. You know, like Pacific Northwest Seattle watertight. So, I've got both sides on. Now it's time to do the roof. Oh, but it is absolutely sweltering in this garage. So I don't know how much further I can get done today. But I think what I want to do is go ahead and lay it out on the roof, tack it down, iron it out so that when I get back to it the next morning, all I got to do is glue it down and begin ironing. As you can see, it is pretty damn hot. You know, it's 100 degrees outside, plus I'm running around with a 300 degree iron in a garage. Yeah, I'm a sweaty mess. This is kind of disgusting. Okay, it's the next day. I did exactly what I said I was going to do. I laid the canvas on the roof. The wall has dried. I ironed out everything after tacking it down. I even did one of the doors. The door I glued on, but the roof I still need to glue on, and that is what I'm going to get to this morning. So I want to go around, check everything, make sure everything is still good, make sure I did right, and we'll get to it. All right, good morning, y'all. It's the next day. I'm double checking everything I did. I did manage to, as you can see, secure the canvas on top. I also managed to run the iron over the whole thing to take out a lot of those wrinkles and creases. The next thing I need to do is glue that down. I'm loving the way this is turning out. Best thing to do in situations like this is always take your time. Anybody who's worked with wood glue will know that glue tends to hold much stronger and much longer than like screws or nails or anything like that. So once this is down and dried, you can't really go back and fix it. So I wanted to take my time on this. I wanted to make sure that every little detail was looked over at least 5 times. And you know what? I'm very happy with these results. The glue is dried. This has become one piece, so it's acting kind of like a composite now, giving strength to the whole camper, which is awesome. Once I get the roof done and everything's glued down and dried, the camper will be basically sealed up. To waterproof it, I'm going to use a special rubberized latex paint, and I'm going to put on, I don't know, maybe 8, 9, 10 mils worth of paint on the outside. That rubberized paint is going to create a seal, sort of encasing the entire camper, protecting it from the weather. Like rain shouldn't affect this thing. Like Pacific Northwest, Seattle rain shouldn't affect this thing. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. So, I'm gonna run a live like I did yesterday. For those of you that see this, the live pops up, pop in, say hi. Ask some questions, I'll try to answer them. And yeah, I think it's time to get started. So, here I go.
Male with ADHD, caffeine since 1976.